Hello. As you think about being one nation under God, doesn't it seem as though quoting Scripture would be a great affirmation that we are one nation under God? Well, that's what you would think, unless, of course, that Scripture points out that we're not. We were actually faced with that type of Scripture right after 9/11, when the book of Isaiah, chapter 9, verse 10, was quoted, which said, "The bricks have fallen down, but we will rebuild with dressed stones. The fig trees have been felled, but we will replace them with cedars." Well, among our political leaders, that brought rousing applause, because it seemed to be an affirmation that we're going to rebuild and we're going to be stronger and better than ever before. But what it failed to do was recognize that we can't, apart from God, hope to rebuild. We can't, apart from God, hope to have safety and protection and provision. In fact, the very verses that were quoted then and later in 2004 by John Edwards, those words were actually a word of rebuke to the nation of Israel. Isaiah was speaking about the nation of Israel. The nation of Israel fell in 722 BC completely. Well, when they were in a state of disrepair and they were already having trouble, they were in a place of arrogance before God that even when they were being disciplined, they still said to themselves, "Oh, we're still going to come out on top because we're so good and we're so strong." That is a dangerous place to be. So Isaiah had prophesied, the Lord has sent a message against Jacob. It will fall on Israel. Now that's two names for the same group of people, the northern kingdom of Israel. And all the people will know it, Ephraim and the inhabitants of Samaria. Now Ephraim was one of the largest tribes in the northern kingdom. Samaria was the capital, so he's just saying all over the nation, they're going to know it. Those who say with pride and arrogance of heart, "The bricks have fallen down, but we will rebuild with dressed stone." You see, those words were not good words. Those were actually arrogant words. It was the arrogance of a people who would think that we can do it ourselves and we don't have to humble ourselves before God. Well, many people, including myself, have seen this as a huge wake-up call for us as a nation to recognize it doesn't matter if you quote Scripture. It doesn't matter if you consider yourself religious. If we don't humble ourselves before God and truly acknowledge our humble dependence on Him, then we will be like the nation of Israel, without hope. And so as you read this passage in its context, Isaiah chapter 9, verse 10, remember that that verse quoted out of context actually opened our eyes to see that we might as a nation have a lot of arrogance toward God, even those of us who consider ourselves religious. So let's humble ourselves. Let's be a nation truly under God. God bless you as you look at the book of Isaiah chapter 9 and read even more that God was having to say to this arrogant nation of people at that time, and see if He doesn't say something to your heart about our need to humble ourselves before Him. God bless you. I look forward to being with you tomorrow.